So before we actually turn over the video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the history of our art program. We're excited about the next phase in the evolution of our program. For about the last 5 years now, we've offered our art program in a classroom setting, and it's been great. We've seen a number of our folks who have really found themselves as an artist because of that experience. And we've actually been able to have some folks that have been artists well before we've even engaged with them expand on that talent and do some really wonderful things. And then we evolved into offering about 15 of those classes every single week. We evolved a little further in providing some exhibits or partnering with studios in the area to show off some of that work, and really began to really expand on what, again, was happening in the classroom, being able to share with it not only the 15 or so folks that would be in the classroom every day, but also folks that may never have seen that artwork before. So again, for about the last 3 years, we've done that. We've been successful with getting some artists some recognition, some well-deserved recognition for the work that they've done. And we really think that this, and as you'll hear a little bit more about what a progressive art studio is, you'll kind of understand what that next step is going to be for our artists, transitioning away from more of that instructor-led philosophy in the classroom and driving it through the artist and what they want to do, and being able to exhibit exactly what they would like to see as their finished product. And I am just as happy as I was 5 years ago when we first started this experience and introducing it here in January of our next phase. So again, you'll hear a lot more about it through Anthony and the video that you're about ready to see than I'll ever be able to do. And take some notes if you could, and ask some questions at the end. Cherie will kind of guide us through those. If anybody has any questions, we have a chat room that you can type down the question during the presentation, and we'll get to them right after. And then if anybody has any questions afterwards, we'll definitely field those as well. But again, I don't think I missed anything, Anthony, but if I did, please let me know, or we can get right into the video.
Yeah, a couple other things. Just in terms of the recording, if you don't want to have your image visible in the recording, because we may share screenshots of this on social media, it would be great if you could just turn your video off. So there's that. And I should say who I am. I know some of you, but not everybody here. My name is Anthony Marcellini, and I'll be sort of I have been leading the development of this progressive art studio for the last couple of months. And so prior to this, I managed a progressive art studio in sort of a northern part of the Detroit area for several years. Before that, I worked as an art teacher in universities for many years, as well as being an artist and a curator. And I'm super excited to be launching this progressive art studio collective program with STEP. There's many progressive art studios throughout the US and the world. And I think it's really high time there's one here within Detroit and Wayne County to really serve this incredible, diverse, vibrant group of people within Detroit, the disability community, the arts community, the community at large. And I'm super excited to be able to engage with that. I think STEP has such incredible resources and such, an incredibly awesome community that support them, that I think our future is super bright here for this program. And we have a lot that we're going to be able to do together. So I'm super pumped for that. I hope you all are as well. So I'm going to play a video that explains what the Progressive Art Studio Collective is. Some of you may have seen this on our Instagram or on YouTube, but I think it gives a pretty good background to sort of what we're planning to do, as well as what a progressive art studio is generally, if you don't understand that term. And then after that, we'll go through a couple of frequently asked questions with Cherie and a little sort of light dinner theater. And then we'll open it up to the audience afterwards for questions, anything that you guys may have.
This January, Services to Enhance Potential is launching an art studio program for disabled adults called Progressive Art Studio Collective. This will be the first progressive art studio in Detroit and Wayne County. No prior art experience is necessary. Anyone can become an artist in the program. What does it cost? There are no out-of-pocket costs for those covered by Medicaid, and scholarships are available to cover those not on Medicaid or outside Wayne County. But what is a progressive art studio? Progressive art studios are art programs that support adults with developmental disabilities and mental health issues to build professional art careers. There are more than 60 progressive art studios across the U.S. A little history. During the 1960s and 70s, several early progressive art studios were launched. These service programs provided disabled adults a platform to express themselves through innovative, responsive arts programs. Early progressive art studios were encouraged by the success of self-taught artists or artists not trained through mainstream art schools, and they created environments that encouraged disabled adults to follow self-taught practices, to develop art styles unique to each individual. The philosophies of these studios are based on creating environments that see the creation of art as a path towards psychological and personal growth, where artistic expression is a way towards understanding oneself or self-awareness. Participants are not taught in a top-down classical school model. Instead, trust is put in the participant to drive or direct what they experience and learn. And a staff of professional artists provide individualized attention to each participant, empowering them to realize their artistic potential with a focus on supporting their interests and unique talents. Studios combine hard and soft skills through individually driven projects that build confidence. This helps participants to follow career paths in the arts and in other non-art employment fields. Studios are usually large shared studio spaces with a communal atmosphere. They are vibrant and fun, where artists make artwork using equipment and materials that the studio supplies. Studios have several departments or work areas where participants can choose to make art in a specific medium, such as painting, drawing, sculpture, weaving, ceramics, and digital art. In response to COVID restrictions, which have limited in-person support, most studios have launched virtual art studio programs. These programs support independent practice and skill development through workshops. Many studios offer a hybrid approach with both in-person and virtual is expected to continue after COVID restrictions have been lifted. The gallery is an important part of the progressive art studio, for it completes the process of making. The exhibition space provides participants a stage to present their artworks in a professional environment. Also, the gallery provides a site for artwork and products to be sold, with half or more of the money from sales returning to the participant. The gallery also provides a platform for participants to speak about their artwork to the public and to help run the gallery and plan upcoming exhibitions. Success stories. Judith Scott is one of the best-known artists from Creative Growth. She spent much of her early life in an institution and began creating art at the age of 42 after being introduced to Creative Growth. Scott's fiber and mixed media sculptures have become very popular and sell for substantial sums. She has had many solo and group exhibitions, and her artworks are in numerous private and public collections around the world. Marlon Mullen is an artist who has worked at Naiad Art Center in California since 1993. He makes text-inspired paintings referencing the graphic design of art magazines such as Art Forum. Mullen was a Sika Art Award winner in 2019 and featured in the Whitney Biennial in the same year. Shinichi Sawada is a Japanese artist who started making art through the Shiga Prefecture, a local social welfare facility for persons with intellectual disabilities. His unusual ceramics work has been exhibited widely and is highly sought after and collected. Timelines, flyer, and connecting with us. On January 4th, 2021, our first studio will launch in Detroit. This studio will be located inside STEP's Detroit Resource Center until we move into a dedicated public studio and gallery this coming summer. Also in January, we are launching a virtual studio program. Several workshops will be held each weekday and evening. In February, we will launch our first Western Wayne studio inside STEP's Western Wayne Resource Center. And finally, in April or May this year, we will launch a studio and gallery program in Southgate. Studio hours are 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. with half-day options available Monday through Friday. Look out for our program flyer featuring future Progressive Art Studio Collective artist Stanley Brown's artwork. This flyer will give you more information about the program and how to enroll. To register for the Progressive Art Studio Collective, contact your STEP Supports Coordinator, or for more information or to arrange a tour, email progressiveart@stepcentral.org or call 313-267-9777, extension 3221. We hope you'll join us.
Okay, so that's the video to give you a little bit of background there, and now we're going to head into the dinner theater portion of our evening, with Cherie and I acting out some frequently asked questions. So hit it, Cherie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cherie Stangus. I'm the development director. I might not know all of your faces, but I definitely know your names because I know a lot of you are doing our virtual other classes right now. So it's exciting for you to be here. Thank you so much. So I'm going to start with the FAQs. The first one is, I think we talked about it at the end, but maybe a little more emphasis on it. How do people register for this, Anthony?
I think if there are people who are already in STEPS programs, the best thing to do is to contact their STEPS support coordinator. That's correct, yeah, Cherie? And
they can also sign up through the secretaries. So at South, we have Tammy, we got Jessica at North, Sherry at Western Wayne, and Tasha at Detroit. So you can sign up either way. I know some people have emailed me, and that's okay too. We'll get you signed up. So, yep.
Perfect. And then for anybody who is not currently a part of STEP or wants to be a part of this program, they can call us at that number, which again is 313-267-9777, extension 3221. Right now that's a mailbox. You can leave a message on there and somebody will give you a call back pretty soon. It'll be going directly to me, so you can talk to me about it. And really how that will work then is we'll kind of get some information from you, figure out kind of where you are, what you're interested in, if you're interested in the studio or the virtual program. And then we will schedule a tour. I think until sort of pandemic restrictions are lessened, all kind of in-person tours and virtual tours we'll do virtually. And then we will, after that time, probably allow for more kind of in-person tours to happen. Start with a tour, and then we'll do something that, that we call a trial day. So that basically means that we give you a kind of a free day or a couple of days basically to spend time in the studio. That would be either the in-person or the virtual studio. That would mean kind of sitting in on some of the virtual classes, right? And then if that goes well, you think it's a great place for you and a place you want to be and want to make artwork in, and we think it's a great fit as well, then we will get you connected to a supports coordinator at STEP to basically get registered, fill out some paperwork and that kind of thing.
I saw Chauncey raised his hand. Did you raise your hand, Chauncey?
Yeah, I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna join?
Yeah.
Did you talk to Tammy?
Yeah, I did yesterday.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Perfect. That's great, Chauncey.
Oh,
so, next question, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, Doug asked one, so I'm going to kind of throw it in here. He said,
Sure.
How do clients that received services outside a resource center, supported employment, thrift stores, and work crews get access to this program? Same as anything else, Doug. They just can sign up through their resource center, and then we'll make arrangements. Either they can transport themselves, or if they can get to a resource center, we'll make sure that they get there. So you don't have to be physically in a resource center taking classes to participate in this? That was a really good question, Doug. Thank you so much. The next one is PASC open to individuals not currently participating with STEP?
Yes, definitely. But again, you'll just have to go through a couple of steps, the tour and then the trial days to get yourself to the point of being able to register for in-person or virtual classes.
Exactly. Okay. The next one is, I think you actually talked about this. Can I visit the program before I register to attend the PASC studio?
Yeah, and basically you just contact us and arrange a tour, right?
And the next one is, what is the virtual studio program?
That's a good question. So the virtual art studio program is basically, everyone's familiar with this platform of Zoom, right? So we'll basically be doing this almost the same thing that we'd be doing in the studio, but over Zoom. So there'll be about 2 staff members, one who's kind of running a workshop, and then a second staff member who's there to kind of help facilitate. Classes are about an hour with about a second hour to kind of finish up work or do more independent work. We'll kind of share sort of every week prior what the classes will be for that week. Right now we're looking at having about 2 to 3 classes a day, kind of 2 classes during the day, and then a couple of classes during the week after kind of work hours, so like 5 to 7-ish. Classes are pretty much at the moment doing kind of like 2D work, so like painting and drawing and those kind of things. We're going to share or give everybody in these classes a set of materials so that they all have the same materials to work with, which is great. If a participant wants to be in a virtual class but does not have technology, they can contact us and we can arrange a loan of technology to them so they can be set up on Zoom and have a hotspot or something like that if they need internet. Let's see, what else it should be really fun. I should say that it would be as fun as the studio class, but done through virtual for those who are really just unable to make it into the in-person classes. And I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, and I know already at least 2 people, and I'm looking at them right now, are already participating in our virtual classes. So it's going to be a similar kind of thing. You'll get the Zoom invites and everything. And the good thing is that you can participate in the regular classes and the art classes too. You just choose what you want to attend that day. So that's the wonderful thing about this program. We did have a chat come in from Augusta. Do you mentor, manage, guide artists that are commissioned for public artworks? For example, say an artist at STEP is asked to make an installation for a park. Would STEP teachers help manage the project?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think all stages of that, and we'd work with the artist to manage that, whatever it may be. If it's a mural project, have that artist or potentially some other artist come out and help actually produce that mural publicly. And a sculpture or something, we'd find a fabricator to work with to, make that piece viable for an outdoor space, those kinds of things, for sure.
Well, this one's an easy one because I can answer this. Can I do both?
Go for it.
Can I do both in-person and virtual studio? Yes, just like attending your regular classes at STEP, you can do both of them. If you're not feeling well, but still can participate. If there's a snow day, goodness knows what's going on with everything anyway. So feel free to do both, and just let us know. So that's an easy one on that one. Does PASC accept Medicaid?
Yes, for sure. We do. So at the moment, it's only participants, though, who are within Wayne County that are eligible to pay with Medicaid for our programs, which probably brings us to the next question.
Which is, can I participate in the program if I'm not on Medicaid?
In fact, yes, you can, but at the moment it would be a private pay option, right? And basically we discuss how to do that. We're looking at ways to make those costs very, very low for private pay to none, through scholarships options and these kinds of things. Best thing to do in that case, though, is just to reach out to us, have a conversation with us, and we'll try to figure it out.
Do you require a portfolio review, and do you have to have any prior art experience to be admitted into the program?
Absolutely not. And I think this is a very, very important part here. All you have to do is want to be in the program and want to make art. You really don't have to show us any past work. If you do, that's great, but it's not required at all. And we want to make that very clear that we're here to help people, create artwork and start from, ground zero if they need to.
I just had a question pop up from Andrea. Anthony, do you need artists, teacher, facilitators, and are there other ways to support? You want to send me your information privately, Andrea, and then I'll write it down, and then Anthony can reach out to you when we get to that point?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you.
One question we skipped over, Cherie, was
I did.
Where are our studios located?
Oh my goodness.
And I mentioned this in the video as well, but I think it's good to kind of reiterate this. So we'll have actually 3 studios, which sounds a little nuts, but we aim to please. So we're trying to serve everybody. So we're going to have a studio in Detroit, which will start out in STEP's current Detroit Resource Center, which is on is that Beaufait? I don't know if we pronounce this in the French way or not. I'm not from Detroit originally. Pardon me. And then our second studio will open, that's Beaufait Street in Detroit. And then our second studio will open at the Western Wayne Resource Center. And that's in Westland, Michigan on Vinoy Road. And then our third studio is going to open in Southgate. I don't have the address for that yet, but we'll be sharing that information soon. That won't happen until around April or May, probably this year. We are sort of planning also to move into sort of a more dedicated space in Detroit in this coming summer, which will be sort of a standalone studio and gallery program, a very public open space next to an area where there'll be a lot of foot traffic and that kind of thing. But we'll be sharing information on that in the future. So that's going to be really exciting. It'll be a larger space than our space will be, I think, in the resource center.
Doug did chime in, and he is our money man. Doug Roussel is our CFO. So thank you, Doug. And he's right. We will try different ways of, if you're Medicaid eligible and outside of Wayne County, I know that there's reciprocity agreements we can do. So I know if we have an interest in that, we'll start looking into it. So don't worry about it. We will try to take care of you. All right, I'll get back to my questions now. Thanks, Anthony, for pushing me back on that one. Can participants under the age of 18 participate?
Under the age of 18 are not going to be eligible to participate at this moment. This is an adult-only program, so anyone over the 18 and over. But we are planning to start a program with teens, hopefully this summer or fall. And that'll be, I think, 15 and up. And those programs will be available probably in the afternoons or evenings, and then also on a Saturday to really support those who may be in transition programs and that kind of thing as well. The goal with those programs is to kind of get younger folks interested and kind of acclimated to the studio program. So it might be something that they might want to transition into when they get older.
Do I need to bring my own materials to the studio?
You do not, actually. The studio will provide all of the materials that the artists need, as well as, of course, supported instruction from professional artists who will be hired to work at the studio.
How long can I participate in the studio?
You can participate in the studio as long as you want, and as many days a week as you want as well. So we hope, just like any artist studio, an artist may, work in the same studio for their entire life. And I think in some of the other studios that we're partners with, like Creative Growth, which has been around since the 70s, they have some artists that have been in their program for 40 years. So it may be a very long time that you spend with us, but we'll see. I hope so.
Well, and I think that that's something to explain too. A lot of our internal STEP programs are more pre-vocational, meaning before the job when you're coming into the skill building classes. But the cool thing about Progressive Art Studio is it allows you to take the classes, but also develop a career in the arts right in the same location. So understand that you don't have to, but our hope for you is that you're going to take it further. So that's the cool thing about this program. It kind of fits the bill for anything.
Yeah, it is really an open, it is like an open studio program, right? So we want you to come in and really start making work in the way that you want to make it. And we will just help you, provide suggestions for different materials, perhaps to use, or if you want to learn a certain skill or a certain way of making art, we will also help in that way as well.
Next runner-up, does an artist get paid when participating?
They don't get paid when participating, but they'll get paid when they sell work. So we will have a gallery, or actually probably a couple of galleries, and artists will have an opportunity to present their work in the gallery and through exhibitions that we'll host yearly. So we'll do a number of exhibitions throughout the year. All the work will be for sale. Work will also be for sale on our website. We'll have an online store with bios for every artist and sort of biographies about who they are and what motivates them to make their work, so that they have their own artist page. So people can buy the work on the website as well as buy the work in person in the in-person gallery. Artists will receive about 60% from the sale of that work, minus any sort of framing expenses or that kind of thing that we need to do to make that work, put that work up in the gallery space. The rest of that income that goes back to us will just go into supporting materials and that kind of thing as well. We'll also offer opportunities for commission, both kind of design commissions as well as art commissions, and then hopefully, as Augusta already suggested, public artworks down the line.
Yes, I'm really looking for help with some of our marketing materials. So I'm hoping that when we get the studio up and running, that some people want to help out there and be paid for their work. So can I show my artwork at the PASC gallery if I am not a participating artist?
Not really. So not unless you're invited. And we want to focus mainly on the artists within our program, although we may at times invite people outside the program to present their work in relationship to the work of the artists in the studio program.
Okay. Does PASC provide transportation? What if I live outside of Wayne County? So if you're a STEP consumer, you already know that we transport to various locations, so that should not be a problem. They're working that out with all the resource centers. Fortunately, if you already go to Western Wayne or Detroit, you're right there, but we'll work something out. Not a problem. If you're outside of Wayne County, right now we do not offer transportation, so we would have to work with you on that. But that's what I can say right now. But definitely, if you're already a STEP consumer, talk to your supports coordinator. They can work with the site managers, Noreen and Monica, and we can work something out, because we really want to make sure that there's not a barrier to you participating in this program.
Awesome. There's a question down here in the chat too from Nancy, sorry if I pronounced this wrong, Stouter, who asked, do you need any art supplies donated? Can you supply a list of items needed? Yes, and yes. Nancy, if you want to email Cherie, or actually if you want to actually just email to the Progressive Art at stepcentral.org email, that would be great, and we can figure out how to arrange something.
Does anybody else have any other questions? Chauncey?
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I want you to thank the CEO too.
Brent, yeah, he's worked hard on this. He has. Yeah, it's a labor of love just for you guys, Chauncey, okay?
Yeah, I want to thank y'all.
Aw, thank you.
Thanks, Chauncey.
Yeah.
Any-
I will like it.
Good. I'm
Good.
excited for you to. Are you in our current
I
art? Are you in our art program right now, Chauncey?
I did go in today.
Okay. Okay. And I know, I'm going to call you out, John. I know that you've been participating in our art program. I think that he had a picture in our Happiness is book. I think I've got one of yours in the calendar, so I'm excited for.
Hey, how do we get the supplies?
Who's this?
This Lorenzo.
Hi, Lorenzo. Once you sign up, we'll work with you on that.
Yeah, we'll have supplies dropped off.
Yeah. What resource center are you in, Lorenzo?
The Detroit Resource Center,
Okay.
Detroit.
Excellent. Will you be going to the studio or doing classes virtually?
Virtually.
Okay, we'll make sure you get a packet. It's not a problem.
Yeah, so the virtual program will start in the second week in January, we're hoping. And we'll send you, you're on our email list, right? Well, you will be now anyway. We have your contact information, so.
I have a book.
You
Oh,
do, that
nice.
looks great.
Very
Yeah.
cool, Chauncey. Oh, cool. I can't wait to see what you all start coming up with. So it's very exciting.
Thanks so much.
This is
Thank
Nikki.
y'all.
Oh, hi, Nikki.
Hi, I don't have any questions right now, but I might at a later date.
Okay.
I'm sure there's got to be somebody that I can connect with.
What resource center are you at, Nikki?
Dearborn South.
Okay. Do you go into the resource center?
Yes.
Step right up front, talk to Tammy, and she'll get you signed up if you haven't already.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I've got some things that I'm working out, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Definitely. I'm very excited.
Cool.
Yeah, so I don't know. Things might take some time, but I'm excited about being part of the whole thing. I mean, it's something new for me.
That's very cool.
That's
We're glad to have
fantastic,
you.
Nikki. Are there any other questions or anyone else have anything they want to ask or say?
I have a question.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Lorenzo.
Do I need like what you say, a computer, or could I use my smartphone?
You can use your smartphone. Yeah, that's fine. If the smartphone at some point is a trouble for you, we can try to figure out how to get you some, a bigger screen or something like that. But the smartphone is totally fine to start out with.
Okay.
Are you doing virtual classes already, Lorenzo?
Yes.
Oh, then you're going to be fine. You already know the drill. If anybody else has any questions, you can call your resource center. I think some of you have my emails. You can call or email the Progressive Art Studio. We'll get you answers. So, and you'll be on the email list as well. So I send all the communications out. So you're going to love getting bombarded from me on all the new information coming up. So we really, really appreciate you all being here.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
I hope everyone has.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Shelly.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks,
You
everybody. Have a
too.
great night.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.